Hello, my lovely humans. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. So, today I want to do something a little different. It's something that's been on my mind to do for a little while now. I want to channel interpretations to specific cards. So, I'm actually somewhat new to tarot. I've been doing it like technically professionally for maybe only 8 months. And so this is kind of helping me too. I want to get more intimate with the cards, and while doing so, be able to share my unique interpretation of the cards with you. So what comes through, I'm hoping to channel the energy of the card. I do, I'm familiar with all of the traditional tarot cards. I'm familiar with them. But I know there's so much, each one has its own kind of energy and context and dimension and life to it. And this is kind of something I think will help bring life to the cards for me, and I hope it helps you as well. Just give you another reflection of the cards. So I actually just pulled it at random. So the card we're getting today is just whatever I think the universe wants me and you to meditate on today. So I actually ended up pulling the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a lovely card. It is about turmoil ending. It's about new beginnings, new horizons. It's about leaving behind kind of rocky waters and moving into smooth waters. So it's kind of a message that says the worst is over and you're heading into a new light, a new dawn. It's a really beautiful, beautiful card. And I have two other decks. I have the Star Seeker Tarot and the Muse Tarot as well. And I wanted to show you a couple of other other Six of Swords cards. So they all tend to have the same connotation, like the light at the end of the tunnel. In particular, the Star Seeker Tarot, definitely, it's literally the light at the end of the tunnel here. But this one in particular is interesting because it's almost like they're in the sky already, but then there's an even brighter light here. So I would almost interpret this as like this beautiful light has been around you the entire time. It's just that you're finally going to enter into it in a way where you're able to embrace it and feel it and see it and be a part of it. So it almost gives me this energy of like you were once kind of in the dark, but it's like you could see the light, but you couldn't touch it. And now you're going to finally be able to touch it. So yeah, that's interesting. And then the Six of Swords, this is going to be fun, kind of. Six of Voices in the Muse Tarot deck. So I never really looked too deeply into this because I kind of just read the interpretation, the traditional interpretation of it. But if we look at it, let's see. So, sorry, I'm going to have to look at it for a second I'm kind of taking this as, okay, so let me show you the card. This is kind of giving me this vibe of like this woman here who's she has her hand out, and this other woman is it's almost like the divine, like this higher self energy, because it is just another human, another woman, and then there's a smaller woman here. So it's almost like your higher self picking you up and lifting you across, like there are these sharp kind of points down here and this deep chasm with this deep water. It's almost like the divine or your higher self picking you up and carrying you across, and then there's like this little rope here that you kind of can descend down onto the other side. So this is kind of giving more of an energy of avoiding unnecessary detours, like being saved from some karmic shit that's not yours, basically. Like, I kind of like that interpretation because that's actually kind of cool. So with the Six of Swords, I like that interpretation. It's like the divine's coming in to help you navigate and steer your waters away from maybe some karmic stuff that was coming your way, but that actually wasn't meant for you. Maybe it was like ancestral karmic stuff, or you know what? I have to say, oh my God. There are sweat bees everywhere right now. And to be honest, like Little Flower Tarot, the bee, my logo is the bee, and my channel is very small right now. But I just have been getting bee symbolism everywhere. So I think this is a really good sign. Oh my God, wait. It was on the lens. I wonder if you can see it in the video. Okay, there's a bee on the lens. So I hope it like goes and crawls over it, because that would be really cool. So anyway, Six of Swords. So yeah, like just something like lifting you up and moving you onto calmer waters, because something's not meant for you to kind of deal with it. Like, so this could be like a karmic partner. Like, say you're dealing with a karmic partner and the divine like saves you from getting in too deep with this karmic partner. What else can I say about the Six of Swords? I'm just mind blown by the fucking bees. So I think that is another interpretation of the Six of Swords that I hadn't thought of. I'm gonna kind of like get into a more meditative state and maybe channel some messages from the Six of Swords in a different way now. So here are my cards. I will hold them up for you. Okay, so Six of Swords, Six of Swords. There's like an energy of anticipation, of knowing. It's almost like a tapping into your intuition and knowing, even if it's still pitch black, like you're in that moment of complete darkness. It's where you found your hope. It's where you found the light within. That is the catalyst for the light without. And so it's a card of faith. It's a card of hope. It's a card of surrender. This is the moment when you surrender, when even though everything around you looks bleak, you surrender to the light within that tells you to have hope. You surrender to the truth within that tells you that good things are coming and that the sunrise is literally like seconds away from cracking over the horizon. This is a card of knowing that you're entering into completely new territory. You're leaving behind the past for good. And you are being carried into this new territory by the divine. You can't make any mistakes. The boat is chartered by the divine, by your guides, by your angels, and nothing but good is coming in the future. So, okay. Is there anything else I want to say about the Six of Swords? Let me see. Something I kind of want to just be real and say, like, I'm still learning the cards, and I feel like something I just learned from doing this little channeled kind of interpretation is there's such a lightness to this card. And for some reason in my head, I always kind of had like a heaviness to it, because it felt like, oh, we're kind of moving away from like something that didn't serve us. And like the way, especially this one, like the woman looks kind of sad, you know? But maybe she's just tired and maybe she's just surrendered and she's just like, thank God. And I've got my little, it's like there's a little kid here with her, and it's almost like I've kept my innocence intact. I've kept my faith, my hope, my purity intact. And I'm going to surrender and just surrender to this moment and trust, ants, bees, and trust that, and have faith and hope. And I kind of like, it's almost like an ego death energy too, because like the way she's just so cloaked, and I don't know why I'm thinking it's a woman. It could be a man, or, you know, but yeah. So I think she's, it's like an ego death energy. It's like I surrender to what's next. I surrender because I know that God, the universe, has a bigger plan for me. By the way, the bee is on the, oh, why can't you see it? I want the bee to like travel across the screen. Anyway, so yeah, it's just a surrender of of trust in the universe and trust in that something greater is carrying you into a life that is better than you could ever expect, and into a life that, like, had you not surrendered, wouldn't have really been apparent to you, or like it's like almost like walking into a life that is so good for you, but because you were so wrapped up in things that maybe weren't serving you, or things that were kind of misaligned before, you didn't really, the bugs are loving me right now. But because you were so wrapped up in the life before, and you were kind of like shielded, like your eyes were kind of covered to the potential. It just, you needed to surrender to this moment to move. What am I saying? I feel like I'm like, you needed to surrender and trust in order for what's to come. And the thing is the energy with this card is that you don't know what's coming, but you know something good is coming. You've surrendered to something good, and you've surrendered that into the knowing that the universe and God has your back, not only has your back, but knows you better than you know yourself. And it's going to bless you with exactly what you need. And when you do receive it, you're going to just be in awe and gratitude of how everything was, how perfect everything ended up becoming. And it's like you're moving on. Like, we're not even looking at that though. This is about that moment of surrender. This card is about that moment of surrender. Those things will come, and like that's maybe like the Sun card, or like the World card, the fruition of dreams and just living in your light. But this is that moment of surrender. So I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm going to edit this a little bit because I feel like I got a little rambly. But yeah. All right, so thank you so much for being here with me today. There are a few ways you can support me if you'd like. You can like this video, you can comment, and if you have any interpretation of the Six of Swords that you want to add in the comments, that would be awesome. You can subscribe to my channel. Most of my videos will be just full-on readings, but this is something I want to do for fun on the side, interpretations. What else? You can also, I made some merch. So I have this really pretty bee logo with flowers that I had this artist from the Ukraine create for me, and I made merch that has the logo and then my like signature phrase, "Hello lovely human," on it. And I think the merch is really cute, really beautiful. So if you want to check that out, there's a link down below for that as well. I also do energy healing sessions, the Infinite Prayer. So there's a link down below for that. The Infinite Prayer are these kind of extended sessions that come off of the tarot readings, and they are energy healing transmissions that you can receive. You can like light a candle, light some incense, and sit back and receive an energy healing transmission. I just channel those. The divine takes over, and yeah, it's just like a nice juicy little place for healing and for uplifting and for like cleansing your energy. I made them very accessible, but I'm also offering free ones on my channel as well if you want to do that. So yeah, alrighty, I think I covered everything. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.